All right, what is going on, guys? Happy Friday. Hopefully you're having an amazing day. We had a beautiful day yesterday. Absolutely amazing. We'll talk about that in the recap, but yeah, absolute fantastic day. So we've got 8 NBA games. We've got a decent amount of college games. I'm going to go through, talk about each NBA game. As always, give you my leans, and then talk about best bets, and then we'll go through college too. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. First game on the card, Cavs and the Hornets. We see the Cavs minus 17.5. The Hornets, I think they're just throwing at this point. No Mark Williams tonight, so Nurkic will be in. Ball is a game-time decision. I don't think he plays personally, but we'll see. Normal lineup for the Cavs. I think they're just absolutely going to blow the doors out, but 17.5, that's a shit ton of points. That said, I mean, I'm not taking one side or the other. I would still probably lean Cavs, to be honest. Over-under of 234.5, I would lean towards the under. Jazz and the Raptors. We see the Jazz getting 5.5 against the Raptors. Jazz are going to be without Lauri Markkanen. They're going to be without Collins. I just don't love this spot for them. Raptors are playing pretty well. That said, Barrett's going to be out tonight, and Jakob Poeltl will be out. But I still like the Raptors minus 5.5 at home. They've just been a very strong team at home, so that's where I would lean there. Grizz and the Mavericks. I mean, I don't know how you can bet on the Mavericks right now. Who's going to get hurt tonight? That's the question. This line feels real soft. I was expecting like 15. So to get 10.5, give me the Grizz minus 10.5. This Mavericks team's not good. They're really bad now. So 100% Grizz minus 10.5. Next game, Timberwolves and the Heat. We see T-Wolves minus 5.5 on the road against the Heat. No Kello Ware tonight, so we should see Kevin Love in there again. Gobert may be making his return. I think Conley's going to be out, so we'll see DiVincenzo running probably point. That, or they're going to put Ant at the point and DiVincenzo at the shooting guard. I'm not real sure. But either way, I don't trust the Heat whatsoever, so give me the T-Wolves minus 5.5. Next game, Trailblazers and the Thunder. Why do we see the Thunder minus 3.5? Because they're not really going to play many starters. So Hartenstein's going to be out. I think Holmgren's going to be in there, and maybe Williams, but that's it. So you'll have Caruso in there. Should be an interesting game. A couple injuries I want to see on the Trailblazers side, right? Does Denny play? If Denny plays, yeah, give me plus 3.5 with the Trailblazers. This D has been super good, so I like this spot as long as Denny plays. It's one I imagine if he's in the game, this line drops. Suns and the Nuggets. We see the Nuggets minus 7.5 at home. Suns, I mean, this is a tough stretch for them. They've got the worst stretch of games in terms of strength of schedule coming down the stretch here for a playoff push. Bad spot here to take on the Nuggets. Should be at full strength. I do expect that Gordon plays tonight, so they should have their normal starting rotation. Give me the Nugs minus 7.5 at home. Next game, I would say game of the night right here. I'm going to say game of the night. That is going to be the Suns Nugs. I don't know. These last 3 games are pretty good, actually. But Spurs and the Kings, De'Aaron Fox coming home, baby. I do love a little revenge action, so I think De'Aaron Fox has a freaking night. Give me the Spurs plus 5.5. I think he just pops off. I think Chris Paul does okay. I think he's going to get a decent amount of assists. Almost lean towards his over 7.5 assist. Next game, Kings and the Clippers, or Knicks and the Clippers. Knicks took it to OT last night, ended up losing that game to the Lakers. Not a good bounce back spot versus the Clippers. That said, 7.5 is a big line, but Knicks just went into overtime last night. I would lean Knicks plus 7.5. That's just too many points against the Knicks team. So that is where I'm at with that. Let's talk a little bit about the card, and then I'll go through some potential plays that I had. So let's get into the NBA. It's going to be light, man. Recap from yesterday. Absolutely crushed it. Went 9-2 on plays I gave out on the YouTube video. Also gave out 6 more plays in the Discord. Went 5-1 on those plays. So absolutely was on a heater last night. Ended up going up a little over 20 units myself yesterday. So very nice day. If you guys want, all the bets are in the bet tracker. You guys can see it. I didn't include anything I put out in the Discord just because it wasn't on the video. But we hit the Trae Young full ladder. He ended up with like 15 assists. So we got the over 10.5, 11.5, and 12.5. Eve Missy under 7.5 rebounds. That was sweat free. He finished with 4. And then Alperen Şengün, little turd, let us down. He could not get a board to save his life. I think he ended up with like 6. So I haven't played his boards in a while and probably won't for a little while longer. College basketball, we had Southern Illinois. Got the job done for us. First game of the day. Rolled that into Illinois State, who got the job done for us. UAB -5 clutched. Cleveland State -4 came through. Murray State -4.5. It came down to Mount St. Mary's. Plus 8.5. They lost by 9. At one point, it was a 2-point game with like 3 minutes left. So this was looking real good. So that was a heartbreaker to lose on the hook, but good day. Needed that bounce back day in college. Plus 3.5 units. So we're still in a pretty good hole, but we're starting to climb out of it, man. So rebuilt the new model and it's been doing really well. So I've been hitting it about 65% on the model. Hopefully that trend continues today. In the NBA, first play on the card. I don't love taking unders in a blowout, but Donovan Mitchell under 5.5 assists. He's over this line in 2 of his last 10. One thing Charlotte does do well is they limit assists to the shooting guard position. So they've allowed the 4th fewest assists to the shooting guard position over the last 15 games. So I do like this spot here. Isaiah Collier under 8.5 assists. They just keep giving us this 8.5 line. I'm just going to fade it. Until he hits it, I'm fading it. Toronto's 7th fewest assists over the last 15 games. He is under this in 5 of his last 6 games. He doesn't have Markkanen, doesn't have Collins. I mean, he's got Kessler. But I just hate this spot for him. So we're going to fade him. De'Aaron Fox over 21.5 points. This is the first 2-unit play I've given out. I usually don't do 2-unit plays. I'm pretty conservative on my unit sizing, but I mean, I'll be honest, it's a rivalry game. When I'm looking at the books, they love this spot. This is a massive line discrepancy. It's -125 on BetMGM. This same line's -180 on Bovada. It's 165 on Pinnacle. It's just a massive. They screwed this line up. So I hammered it for 2 units. Obviously, gave this out in the Discord first. This line could have changed. So if you're not in the Discord, man, you're missing out. You are missing out. Karl Anthony Towns under 41.5 PRA, -125 on Caesars. Clippers top 5 in points allowed to the center position. Top 5 in rebounds allowed to the center position. As in fewest, 8th fewest assists to the center position, right? He just has a bad matchup here, and he just played 40 plus minutes last night against the Lakers. So I just don't see him coming out and setting the world on fire. If he does, we tip the cap and we move on. But I wouldn't be shocked if we see a minutes reduction, because Precious Achiuwa didn't play last night, so I imagine he will be seeing increased minutes tonight. So this is just my read on it. All right, let's go to college real quick. So first play on the card, we're going to take UNC Asheville -5.5 versus Charleston Southern. Just a good spot here in my opinion. This is not a play I love, but I think Ball State hangs in here. I don't love Miami either. So Ball State +9.5. We're going to do a little Mac attack here against Miami of Ohio. I just think 9.5 against Miami, Ohio is just a little too much for Ball State. I think this is much closer, like a 6.5 type of game. And then next one, we're going to do North Dakota State -3 versus South Dakota. I feel like these teams play all the damn time, I guess because of where they're located. But I like this spot for North Dakota State. And then last official play is going to be Purdue +4.5 versus Illinois. I think Purdue could just win this outright. So this is one of my favorite plays today. So that's where I'm at with that. Let's go over some potential leans. So first game of the card, Gardner Webb and High Point. Oh, man, I want to take High Point, but God, this line just keeps going up. It was at 14. Now it's at like 16.5 on DraftKings. It's just starting to get a little out of control. Delaware -5.5 is a little too much in my opinion versus Stony Brook. Radford and Presbyterian, I want to lean Radford -4. I just don't trust this damn team. I can't trust them. They've been a little spotty. NCA&T and Hofstra, I really want to lean Hofstra in that one, but can't pull the trigger. Let's see. Bowling Green, -3.5. I want to pull the trigger on that so bad. Bowling Green, just if we look recent trends, they've been rolling. So this might be one that I end up betting. It just didn't make the official card, but I do like Bowling Green today. Toledo and Ohio. Ohio -1.5. I get Ohio's been on a tear. My gut says Toledo. My gut says Toledo money line. So that's where I'm at with that one. East Michigan, Kent State, staying in this lovely MAC conference here. I got a soft lean towards Kent State, but I'm not taking 11 with Kent State. Let's see, what else? Akron, Buffalo, while we're staying here, I would lean. 19 is a lot for Akron, but they've been getting the job done. But I've got it at about an 18.2 spread, so staying off of that one. Let's see, Longwood and Winthrop. I got a soft lean towards Longwood +3.5, but not one I want to necessarily throw the gauntlet down on. Memphis and South Florida. Memphis hasn't been blowing a ton of teams out. If you've been paying attention, it's been a little spotty. So South Florida, given that many points, just too many. I would take South Florida +13.5. UNLV in New Mexico. UNLV screwed me the other night. I had San Diego State, and they shot like a demon from 3. I think 11's too much, so I would lean UNLV +11 in that game. And then the Boise State, Colorado State, soft lean towards Boise State -5.5. So that is where I'm at with all of those plays. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, absolutely free. I will be posting plays in there like we did yesterday again. So hopefully we absolutely crush it. I'm about to post some golf plays. So if you like golf, hop in there. 2 matches that I like today in the Arnold Palmer. So appreciate you guys. Catch you in the next video.